We're A-Game, a 100% Black-owned company with an all-natural product and world-class customer service. We're headquartered in California, and we manufacture, package, and ship right here in the United States. We ship to more than 125 distributors worldwide. Normal processing is 2 to 3 days, and we employ virtual tracking until our product is received. So, no matter where you are in the world, here we come, and we're bringing your A-game.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hi. How's everybody on this wonderful Tuesday? Y'all can see I'm trying to mix these colors up. Thank you, Nehemia, and thank you, Bruce, for the support. Walaikum assalam to Matrix. How is everybody doing? Let me bring it a little bit closer. How's everybody doing? Sometimes I forget this is a directional mic. I much prefer this mic to the one that I used to have. The Elgato 3 is a really good mic, but it just operates differently. I think you really got to be in a place where there's no echoing for the Elgato to be like the best that it can be. But I really like this SM7B. Like this is pretty much one of the best mics you can get, especially for podcasting and things like this. I assume that you would get another mic like if you wanted to sing or something like that. But for this purpose, this mic is really awesome, because sometimes I look back at the playback and I'm like, okay, the sound is like really, really crisp. So I really appreciate it. Is everybody okay? Can everybody hear me now? Am I like clear? Or is it like really low? Is it okay? Okay. Because I know sometimes I can talk away from it, and you really shouldn't do that with this mic. It's much clearer if you speak right into it. Good. So we're actually continuing this theme, this concept about Black women making themselves obsolete. And when I say obsolete, I'm saying that they're making themselves of no real value and of no real consequence. When something is obsolete, you really don't need it. And not only do you not need that thing, it's really a drag if it's around. That's when something is really obsolete. It's kind of a drag when it's around. You kind of don't want it to be around. It's really like draining to a certain extent. When something is obsolete, it starts collecting dust and, all of that sort of thing. VCRs are obsolete. You know what I mean? Nobody has a VCR. Every once in a while we talk about it and we laugh. Remember, VHS tapes, and remember, rental places and Blockbuster, and you know what I mean? But it's obsolete though. We don't talk about CDs anymore. Because CDs are obsolete. We talk about what they used to be. We talk about what they used to be. Remember we used to have that 3 CD changing, stereo, and everybody had one. We talk about them in a nostalgic way, but no one would actually ever go get it. There isn't even a place to go get them. We speak about them nostalgically, but there are no places to go get VCRs and disc changers and, unless you go into an antique place. You really got to work now to find old technology, because old technology is obsolete. It's a drag to be around. It's a waste of space. Having a VCR even tucked away in a closet somewhere. Waste of space. Why do you have it? So when things are obsolete, they're in the past. They go extinct. Because the world moves on without it. The world moves on past it when things are obsolete. And Black women are in a lot of danger of the world, society sort of just moving past them. Moving past the need. Moving past the desire to have Black women around. Moving past certainly the need of them being wives and mothers. Because one of the things that you do is you proclaim your uselessness. All the things that you will not do. All the things that you don't want to do. All the things that you feel you are too good to do. And they just so happen to be all of the things that men want and to a certain extent need women to do. And we're not going to say men don't need women to do these things that they look for women to do. Because if it was a complete, you're not necessary at all, they wouldn't worry about whether or not you could give it. And they certainly would not spend their time and resources going to other places to get it from women. So they actually do need women for what women provide. You understand? See, there are different types of needs. The way in which women need men is not the same as the way men need women. See, women need men for all of the external things. Because women are naturally in a state of being in the opposite of 4 Ps. Naturally, we're in this state, right? So when we say we're naturally in that state, we're naturally in an unprotected state because we are unable to truly protect ourselves. We're naturally in a state where we're lacking provision. Because let's face it, women live really by the grace of men. We really do. And a lot of women don't like that, but that's true. Women live by the grace of men. So we live by the graces of them providing the work in the companies that we go into employment with. Men typically provide those things. When women are working, they're typically working on some level for men. Right? We're at a low level of problem solving due to our physiology. We are more prone to emotional thinking than analytical thinking. We're more prone there. So our foresight become limited, our problem solving ability become limited. It's not completely gone, but it's limited. And the one that women fight against the most is we are incapable of a selfless kind of love if men don't teach it. And the first man that teaches that really is supposed to be your father. Thank you, Abdul Alim. Thank you so much. So women don't really we have love. We have the capacity to love, but it is not selfless. Women's love is selfish. Even the love it's the love she gives herself, even the love she gives to the children she births. That's why she says, these are my children, because even that love is it's almost a type of selfishness because the children in her mind belong to her. So the reality is that men teach women the selfless kind of love. The kind of love that calls for the sacrifice, the kind of love that calls for the integrity and the honor and all of that type of stuff. See, men have to learn that. Men have to do that. Because that's actually a part of their nature, which is what we're getting into. So because women are at a deficit of the 4 P's all the time in her natural state. And listen, when I say this stuff, this is not to make women feel bad or feel stupid or it's just who we are. It's just who we are. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat when it comes to this as every other woman in the world. I'm at a deficit of 4 P's because I'm in a constant state of needing them. Right? If I could produce them myself, I wouldn't need them. Just like men produce them themselves. That's why they don't walk around looking for that from women, because masculinity actually produces it. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. I'm in the same boat. I am in no lesser need of a man's provision or his problem solving or his protection or his procreation than any other woman on the planet. In point of fact, I'm not even going to go there, but women are in this state because we are naturally in a state of chaos. And when I say that stuff, I think because we typically have a negative connotation for what chaos is and what it does, that I think women really run from it. And that's why feminism was so appealing to so many women, because it gave the illusion that women could come away from being women and go into being men, because we really see men as more honorable than women. We really see men as more valuable than women. And we really see that the things that men do have a higher value than the things that women do. We actually see it that way. And feminism sees it that way and actually played on women through that. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. That's why it was so effective. Because, like I said, it gave women the illusion that you don't have to be women. That you can actually ascend higher than being a lowly woman. And it simultaneously made womanhood and femininity evil. It made it bad. It made it horrible. It made it deplorable. It made it of no value. It told women that men didn't like it. So if men did not like femininity and did not need femininity and did not honor femininity, then femininity was something to be left behind. You understand? It convinced women that men hated female nature. You understand that? It get deep when you think about it. Feminism convinced women. It didn't convince men. It convinced women that men hated female nature and thus hated women at their core. That's where all of those accusations of misogyny come from. Thank you, Pharaoh Ismail said men need to make a new black society with foreign black women. And that might be truer than a lot of women want to believe. So thank you, Pharaoh. It convinced women that men hate women at their core. They hate them in their nature. And so therefore, they will use women for what they want, but they actually can't stand them. So this is where accusations of tyranny, misogyny, and all of this type of stuff come from. Because a woman in her nature is chaotic. But what is chaos? It's a rejection of normalcy. It's that sense of adventure. It's that sense of getting away with something, being sneaky, being a nonconformist, forbidden things, secret things, hiding things, challenging men. The S test, that being indecisive, that rebelliousness, that confusion, it's attention seeking, it's a distraction, it's spontaneity. It is the opposite of order. It is the opposite. However, the chaos can be used either way, either positively or negatively, because really the chaos of a woman is the ingredients. The chaos of a woman is the ingredients. It is that which men draw order from. Out of chaos, order. Out of chaos, order. See, men's nature is to be in order, but his nature, what does that serve him if there's nothing chaotic for him to put into order? You understand what I mean? If the world was in order when he get there, he ain't got nothing to do. The world is in chaos, and then he put it into order. Women are in chaos until men put them in order. That's actually the meaning of when we say a man put a woman in her place. What are we talking about? We're talking about a man seeing a woman in her chaotic state and then bringing system, order, and structure to her. Puts her in her place. It puts her in her feminine energy. So she can be capable of striking the balance with him energetically. Are we with me so far? Women are naturally chaotic. Because it's something that we say in Islam, that a woman is a rib. Don't break her by trying to straighten her. Don't break her by trying to straighten her. She's a rib. She's crooked. So we know what a rib is. Very important bone in the body. It's a curved bone. To break the rib is to straighten it. You never want to straighten your ribs out. They don't even work when they're straight. They're broken when they're straight. Leave them curved. Leave them. But put it in order. Because your rib don't belong over here. It belongs here. Rib don't belong down there, belong right here. Put it where it belongs, and it'll serve the function that it's supposed to serve. You put it in its order. You put it in its place. So when a man put a woman in her place, what really is being said is, as a man, he is providing system, order, and structure. When he's a proper man, this is a part of his nature to do. He want to bring order to everything. He want to bring order to everything. The difference between a lioness and a hyena is that a lioness comes to the order and hyenas run from it. Lionesses understand she need the order. She understand that. She knows she's in chaos. And she know that if there is no proper SOS being given, she's going to remain in chaos and she's going to descend. It's actually going to degrade her at some point. Lionesses cannot make it without system, order, and structure. But the difference, like I said, between a lioness and a hyena is lionesses know that and accept it. We accept that. See, as a lioness, I got to accept that I'm in a natural state of chaos all the time. But that it can be beautiful. Because like I said, chaos is the ingredients. So like the analogy I've made several times before, if you had a cake, you got to have the ingredients before the cake. If you put the ingredients in the right order, you get a cake that tastes good. If you put them in the wrong order or the wrong amount, you get something else. Right? Feminism is problematic because it made women vulnerable and unprotected. Because it convinced women that she should always be in a state of rejecting system, order, and structure. Right? So a lioness understands that in order to thrive as a woman, I'm going to need the leadership of a man. I'm going to need that. I'm going to have to accept that fact and not feel bad about it, not make me feel stupid or any of that, which is the battle that's being had now. that we see, because it's not just a gender war between black men and black women. There's almost a civil war in the women. Because the hyenas are always attempting to make a lioness feel inadequate. Inadequate about her position as a woman. That everything that she do in terms of being feminine is somehow wrong. She's wrong for that. She's wrong to put herself under the SOS of a man. She wrong. She weak. She's stupid. She's giving up the illusion that she can have the same kind of power for the same reason that men have it. And she can't. So this is the danger. This is the real danger. Because feminism is based on a lie. It's based on that lie. It starts with the biological lie that men and women are biologically the same, and we're not. So when you begin with a biological lie, it transfers into what? A cultural lie. And then if it keep going, the environment help you uphold the lie. This is why we got what we got in terms of what the culture is like. This is why we got baby mamaism and side chicks and, you know what I'm saying, and all of this other type of stuff. Anything except being a wife and being a mom and all of that type of stuff. Not only is it viewed as weakness, it's attached to a value system also. Being a wife, a proper wife, is more difficult than being a baby mama, because being a proper wife involves putting yourself underneath the leadership and the system, order, and structure of a man. Now we got accountability. Now we got a value system. Now we got to pay attention to the spiritual value, the health value, the family value. See, now we got to pay attention to all of that. But if I'm a baby mama, I don't got to do that. I can disregard family, which means I can disregard the spiritual value. I can disregard the health value. I can disregard the value system because I believe that I've circumvented it. But what we're going to do is we're going to go on a quick break. And after these messages, we'll be right back.
This is Norn for A-Game TV, and we're at the A-Game 8th Annual Father and Son Day Carnival. Well, let's talk to some of the fathers out here. Well, here comes a grandfather at least. Can you come over and say a couple of words for A-Game?
Dad, can I have this?
Boy, put that down.
You want to talk to me? Whoa, this 28-year-old body sure don't work like it used to.
28? You look more like you're 78.
Dad, can I go in there?
I can't afford that.
Can I have this horse?
Oh, you done broke the merry-go-round.
Dad, can I have this?
Come save me down here today. This boy done took all my energy.
Wow, you really should try A-Game. It's an all-natural solution that's going to give you the energy and pep you need to keep up with that young whippersnapper you got there.
Can I have this?
Oh, who's gonna pay for all this? Hey, can y'all take a two-party out-of-state check?
Here, try some. Wow, that really turned you into a super dad.
Yeah, and with all this energy, I'm really about to enjoy my father's time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Another super dad. This is Norin for A-Game TV signing off. Remember, stay on your A-Game.
Cyber Monday is the official launch date for Kendra Davis's Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery, as well as her new website, crimsoncure.com.
That little boy and breaking that merry-go-round always gets me. And his daddy is just being 28 though. He had the oxygen tank and everything. If you don't want to have to need an oxygen tank, you're going to want to have to get on your A game, your A game, your A game. Gotta be on your A game if you don't want to have to be on a walker and having an oxygen tank at 22 years old. You know what I mean? And the reason why you want to get on your A game is because A game is going to support your overall health. A game is going to support your vitality. It's going to support your energy. It's going to support your strength, and it's going to support your libido, really by supporting your overall health and increasing the blood flow in your body. Now, what we got to understand is that A game is for men only. Okay? This is who we need to get on our A game, ladies, because we understand that when our men win, we actually win. And so we need to be able and willing to support their overall health by giving them something that's really, really, really gonna deliver on all of its promises. So one of the things that it promises is to be all natural, right? So 21 herbs, no artificial ingredients, no caffeines or sweeteners or sugars or all of these other things to give a false sense of energy or a false boost. The other thing that it delivers on in terms of promises is being long lasting. So the only thing you have to worry about is taking one A game every 72 hours. Okay, so not something he got to worry about every, checking his watch and all that kind of stuff and keeping a tab on it. One pill, go 72 hours, do everything you need to do, and you're going to really reap all of the positive benefit from having taken A game, right? It does act fast. That's the other promise. It's fast acting. So taking A game does require that you drink a sufficient amount of water, does go through your system and activate rather quickly. So you're going to immediately feel that boost of energy. You're going to immediately feel what A game is all about. And all you got to do is ask the men in the chat who take A game, who swear by A game. I know men in my personal circle who take A game, and it's like they don't even deal with nothing else except A game. You see what I'm saying? So it's an awesome product. We're going to have to help our men get on their A game. And the way to do that is to click the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. And please don't forget your 10% discount using the code Kendra10 so that you can get A game delivered to you ASAP. Okay? And I owe y'all something that I have not given you guys in a minute. I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You gotta hit the like button, bam, bam. You gotta because we got 321 wonderful people. So we just need the other 400 people to hit the like button so that this can hit the algorithm. And then we can get back to what we're saying. Okay? Here's something that I really want to bring to everybody's attention, right? How do men learn masculinity? How do men learn how to be masculine? How do men learn order? Because what we have to understand is that for men, order means survival. Chaos means he's not gonna survive. He can't. Because things become way too unpredictable. His foresight is rendered null. Problem solving rendered null. Can't do it. Can't do it. Hope and Peaches actually answered the question right away. Men learn masculinity from their fathers. from other men, from brothers, from mentors. So that is a biological aspect. Men first begin to learn, Micah definitely said it as well, watching their fathers. So men definitely learn masculinity and the structure of it all from other men, from being around other men, from watching other men operate, being told by other men, having talks with them. This is what the father-son talks are about, the uncle-nephew talks, the mentor, the coach, all of these different men who are in these young boys' lives, who are teaching these young boys what to do with the masculinity, how to manifest it, what to make of it, how to utilize it to benefit him, how to direct it, how to bring order to himself, get himself together, help him understand what that even means, get himself together, right? Then it goes on for him to learn that culturally, sports, martial arts. So, him joining the basketball team, him joining the football team, or him going into martial arts classes or MMA classes or things of that nature, having rites of passage, those things. And even if you wanted to turn it sort of what we would classify as a negative thing, gangs, he'll learn it from there too. Through competition, right? He learned selflessness. He learned teamwork. He learned, you make the sacrifice. If he's playing if he's playing football, hey, you the wide receiver. You got to catch that ball. You can't be doing alligator arms. Stretch on out and catch it. The defensive back gonna hit you. He gonna hit you. You gonna get hit. Thank you, Micah. So shout out to all the men in the chat who have children. Bless you, all my brothers. And thanks, Kendra. Thank you so much. If you the wide receiver, ain't nobody trying to hear you with the alligator arms because you scared. Now, you gonna get hit when you in the air. But you still got to stretch out and make that first down. Like, we counting on you to do that. We counting on you to jump up, make the catch, get hit on the way down, slow to get up, but we got that first down though. Right? Men do things with one another. They get into groups, they hunt together, or they fish together, or they camp together, or something that they do to gain the camaraderie of other men. That is how they teach one another sacrifices for the team. Whatever the team is. Doing for others. Making sure everybody else is good. Making sure the group is good. Not just him. Not just doing stuff because he feel a certain type of way. Then it goes into environmental things. The military, the police, EMTs, firefighters, work. His work environment. So you go into the military, it's the same thing. Going in and you got to be part of the group. You can't be making selfish decisions. You can't be putting everybody else in jeopardy and all of this other type of stuff. You got to control your emotions. You got to control your responses. You got to control your fear. You got to control that stuff. Because if you don't, everybody else gonna suffer. If we in war and we get into a firefight and you freak out, the whole platoon probably gonna suffer because you freaking out. Can't do that. We know it's scary, but as men, we gotta control that. Gotta control that impulse. Thank you, Dapper. So this is how men learn order. This is how they learn it. Interestingly enough, because we live in a feminist-driven society, women learn chaos this way. Women learn chaos this way. Women learn chaos in the reverse of the way men learn order. So because we live in this society, women are learning chaos through the absence of men, no fathers around and things of that nature, or more prevalently than we like to give credit to, because feminism taught women how to devalue men, we don't see any reason or any way where we should learn from them. We don't value men enough to sit under their tutelage when they are there. We don't value the men. We don't value their intelligence. We don't value their masculinity at its core and its natural way. We don't value none of that stuff. Feminism tell us that men don't have value, that they're dumb, they don't know what they're talking about, they not smart. All of these lies that are told about men, that they very nature is evil, so you really shouldn't deal with them and all of this type of stuff. The only way to deal with men in a way that protects you is to deal with them transactionally. You can't get into like emotional situations with them. Things of that nature, right? So biologically, women are learning chaos through the absence of men or the devaluing of men. She's learning chaos. Because of that, it's embedded now in the culture. It's embedded in the culture now. Because now you get to be social without no order. Nobody can call you to order. The men can't call you to order because culturally now that's wrong. The men are committing some cultural faux pas, some social faux pas if he correct you now. So any assertion that men do to bring order into the chaos is now gonna be met with all of these different words thrown at them. You know, he being misogynistic, he being controlling, he a narcissist, he's abusive. All of these different words that are now embedded in the culture. And social media helped us to really see that in a real raw way, a real raw form. Because now women get to be social, but there's no order to it. It's completely now chaotic and toxic. That's all it is. That's all it is. Problem, one of the biggest problems is not only that women are learning chaos on a biological level, and now it's embedded in the culture, the environment keeps the chaos going. Okay? It keeps the chaos going. So now the chaos and the disorder and the dysfunction of women is being supported by the institutions. The educational institution, the legal institution, all of these sorts of things is being supported. If the environment is supporting it, what this does is that this precludes the general body of men in the society to reassert order because they're being prohibited environmentally from doing it. They can't reassert order. The fact that men are not able in this society as it stands to truly reassert order like that, that's why the men have to leave. That's really the real reason why a lot of black men have said the only way we're going to be able to do what we gotta do as men is leave the environment, because we can't affect the necessary change in order to bring about cultural change and biological change. Because when we try to bring about biological change, we get accused. We get the environment used against us. When we assert control in our house, we get the police call. You understand what I'm talking about? Thank you, Spiritual Quest. Y'all better listen to your sister because I don't have nothing to say to you no more. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much, Miss Peaches. I just ordered your book. Thank you for what you do. And thank you for your support, sweetheart. And thank you for purchasing the book. So this is why the men are saying, I got to leave the environment because I'm being prohibited on a biological and a cultural level from reasserting order into this chaos. Now it has reached a toxic level. Not going to be able to deal with this. Not going to be able to contend with it. And because black women buy so heavily into all of this, this is where obsolete come from. The vehicle most often used to get to this chaotic point is sexual energy. The way in which women deal with and approach their sexual energy and their sexuality has really been the main vehicle to make her be obsolete. Because it removes what value she has by making her disconnect her spiritual self from her sexual self. So then sex becomes something like we talked about here. Sex not only does it become transactional, it actually becomes something humiliating as well. Something vulgar, something degrading, something shameful, something she can't be positive about because her spiritual self has been separated from her sexual self. The real problem with separating a woman's spiritual self from her sexual self is that her spiritual self actually keeps the sexual in its place. It keeps it from breaking her or from her being broken by it. The body count break you. But before you can get to the body count, you gotta be broken to even do it. How do you become broken? By separating the spiritual value out from her sexual self. With me so far still? Put a 1 in the chat if you're still with me. Because it was feminism that detached it. Thank you, Randy. Says, sorry I'm late. I donated a book via your PayPal and I'll be purchasing the book today. Thank you so much. Thank you for that support. I really appreciate that. So before she can get to 300 bodies, there's something broken inside. Feminism did it when it said you can have sexual liberation. You can do it without thinking about the consequence. We'll give you birth control. We'll give you access to abortions. We'll give you, and we will downplay the necessity of having to be married and creating a family from that. So we're going to take you away from the loving aspect. We're going to take it away from being concerned about family. This is why the men are saying marry before you carry, because what they're talking about is go back to the spiritual value. When men say marry before you carry, what they really saying is reattach your spiritual value to your sexual self so that it can raise your value as a woman, so that you can stop being obsolete to us. Because we can't build a nation with whores. Can't do it. That is not how nations were built. With women that only dealt in the transaction. That was a small subsection of women, not the majority. Women who dealt in the transaction were always a small percentage and a subsect. We cannot build a nation with women who do not have the spiritual value necessary to put herself under the order and the leadership of men. And it is in this way you are obsolete now. Old technology. Cassette player. You a DVD player. You a DVD player. You one of the slim ones. You know, the one you got when you really thought you was really spending some money on a DVD player. It wasn't clunky. You being consistently conquered by men that you don't have any spiritual connection to. And feminism got y'all thinking in this masculine way, because you will hear women say how she's screwing guys. I got a wake-up call for y'all. Y'all, there has not been a single woman that has screwed a guy. You get screwed. It's not the other way around. We are the receptive vessel. That's it. That's all. It's not going to change. I don't care if you try to change the language of it. It's not going to change. You're not screwing guys. They're screwing you. You getting ran through. You're not running through a bunch of dudes. You're just getting ran through by a bunch of dudes. Like, that's different. That's a whole different thing. You're not conquering these men. Every time a woman has sex with a man, he conquering her. Every time, whether it's different men or the same man. Every time she is doing the most basic, primal form of submission that you could ever do. Why do you think it's so devastating for men if he happened to be in a vulnerable state, like him being a young boy, and then another man violate him, why you think that's so devastating to him? Why you think that's so devastating to him? Why do you think men refer to it like that? Manhood got took. Why do you think that? Why do you think he described it that way? Because it is an act of submission, being forced and bent to the will of somebody else. That's not a natural state for men. It's not his natural state. We get entered. That's actually our natural state, to be conquered over like that. So a grape is devastating to us too, but almost for a different reason. And feminism got y'all running around here talking about y'all running through men. No. 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 And they got to make you say it like that because that's part of the chaos and the dysfunction of that has got you in. The biggest problem with feminism is that the lies are told to cover the reality of what's happening with you as women. The lie is being told that you can be men and you cannot. It's the first lie. It's the most basic and the most tragic lie, to lie on your biology. To lie on your biology like that. And you really should be offended by it. You really should be offended by it. A woman should be offended. Especially black women. We're always being portrayed as masculine. That should be offensive. Being a woman king is offensive. Because you're trying to take something that is natural to me, which is my femininity. You're trying to take that from me and put it where? What you trying to do with it? Why you gotta take it from me? Why I can't have what I'm supposed to be born with? Men can have their masculinity and be lauded for it. Women can't have their femininity, and that's the backwardness of feminism. It's backwards. We should be absolutely livid every time we're portrayed in the media and everywhere else as manly and masculine and the same as a man. We are not the same as men. When we gonna start getting mad at that? This is why I went in on the Woman King. This is why I went in on Wakanda Forever. Because this is offensive. They don't do this with other women. Tell me I can't be a woman. Tell black women that they gotta excuse themselves out of being women, human women. That we gotta be something else other than that. That in order to be valued, we gotta act and portray and be like men. No. Are men valuable? Yes. Over there as men. He valuable as a man. to do what men do and think how men think and all of that good stuff. It's beautiful. It's not beautiful when you try to apply it to me. That's when it become an aberration. It's not beautiful when I'm running around somewhere trying to have 4 P's. That's not pretty. Running around with all of this masculine energy. That's not cute. There's nothing good about that. That don't do nothing but put me in a position to ruin my family, to ruin myself, to break the community. That's all that has ever done. To take me out of my natural space and put me in an unnatural space where I don't know how to act. We don't know what to do with that position. Putting us supposedly in positions of leadership in the community. Come on. I keep telling you it's on fire. Thank you, United South. We should be offended by all of this. This is an affront to women, to being women. There's nothing wrong with being a woman. Nothing. Nothing wrong with supporting your man. Nothing wrong with being under the leadership of good men. Nothing wrong with that. That's what we're supposed to be. That's what women are supposed to be. That's like getting mad at a fish because he's swimming. Like how, Sway? Why we the only ones gotta be like that? Why black women are only one gotta show up and she ain't got no husband because she don't need no man? Like, every other woman on the planet, wrists is like this. Every time a man come around, she don't know what to do. And it's cute. Thank you, Lochte. Say you are ridiculously necessary. Thank you so much. And we feel funny. That's why we gotta have like little bootleg movements, soft girl era and all that kind of stuff. Because we don't even know how to wear femininity. We don't even know how to wear it. It's a foreign substance, a foreign energy. We don't even know how to identify it verbally, visually. We think if we go somewhere and sit properly and cross our legs, you know, that's not something for your average black woman to do. We don't even associate it with us. We associate femininity to every other woman. This is why so many black women are mad at passport bros. They going over there to them women because, you know, them women are more submissive. We'll say it out our mouth. They just want to be able to run over them women. No. They want to be able to cooperate and coexist peacefully with them women. Something that they can't do with you. Stop assigning femininity to every other woman. You already know what the difference is. She's soft-spoken. She not super combative. She ain't always got something to say. She ain't always running around. She not always challenging his authority. She not always, pushing the envelope all the time with this man. She's more agreeable. She's more amicable. She's more prone to do what he asks her to do. You know what femininity is. So why do you continue to let white society tell you you can't have it? That you the only woman in the world that is looked down upon for having it. Them women in other places, they wait on the men or whatever, but they are also damsels in distress every day. Thank you, B.M. Rashawn said pre-order 2 copies of the book. Also, if this is chaos all the time, I'll have some. Thank you so much. These women are constantly damsels in distress. You think men value you being able to do everything on your own? No. They don't even want you reaching for stuff that look too heavy. Okay? I had to learn that. You're running around and you're trying to pick stuff up and put stuff together. Looking at you like, what is you doing? I'm just doing such and such. Why? Thank you, 39 Dina. Thank you, Jerome. Said, preach, you on target as usual. Love the content and you. Salute. Thank you so much. Stop running around here trying to pick up cinder blocks. He don't even want you looking at him. Oh, I'm just going to lug this big heavy thing. Why? Girl, if you don't get to being a damsel, he wants you to be soft. And we too many times equate that to stupidity. He don't want a stupid woman. He know you capable of doing stuff. That's not even the point. Am I capable? If I go right now to order, a table from IKEA, am I physically capable of putting that table together? Yes. Do my man know that I'm physically capable and have the wherewithal to do that? Yes. Is he impressed by the fact that I can do it? No. What he want is for me to say, babe, you put the table together, please. He gonna say, you always buying something for me to put together. Yeah, I do it. Inside, what do we feel like? I'm gonna go ahead and put this table together. I don't need no help. That's what he feel like inside. Right, Gail. He be flexing and stuff. I'm just gonna lift this piece right here. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Kevin Faulkner at Crimson Cure. Brilliant commentary. Every teenage girl should get prior to society's programming. Women essentially discard their power, becoming masculine. It pays others to keep the biggest consumer single. Thank you so much. And you're very correct. Thank you for that. Me and Baby want you to watch. Listen. Because I had the father that I had, I'm perfectly capable of giving a car a jump if I need to. I'm perfectly capable of changing oil. Okay? I can do basic, real basic car maintenance. Do my man really want me up under the hood of any vehicle, pouring motor oil in it? No, he does not. Y'all better start learning how to be women around here. He better not. Do you understand? He better not see me bent over under the hood. What is you doing? He about to get mad. What are you doing? I was just checking that you were checking the oil. So I'm chopped liver. So you just gonna play me to the side? You just so you pretending to be single? Do you want to be single for real? We can arrange it. Why didn't you tell me that the sink was leaking? Why are you under there trying to unscrew it? I just thought, I don't care. He doesn't care if you technically understand it. He don't care. He might technically know how to cook too, but you'll be mad if he's standing at the stove. I will. Thank you, CLLSR. So thank you for showing what a woman that deserves to be poured into properly looks like. Infinitely refreshing spirit you have, loved one. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all better learn how to listen. Because if you meal around that stove too many times, trying to check on, the food I got in the oven. You okay, babe? Yeah, I'm just checking the fish. Oh. Why are you looking like that? No reason. Anyway. Y'all know how it is. The lionesses know how it is. Lionesses know. You checking it, huh? Mm-hmm. Stop invading his masculine space. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Anyway, I want to go ahead and thank everyone for their contributions, very generous contributions through Super Chat, through Cash App, through PayPal. I want to thank everyone for supporting the new book launch. So if you want to go ahead and purchase the book, my mods have been gracious enough to put the link in the chat. The link is also in the description box. All that you have to do is go to crimsoncure.com and you can purchase a copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism and the Road to Recovery, right? You can go ahead and purchase your copy of the book. Also, I want to draw everybody's attention to our petition that we still have against Black Lives Matter organization. We're still doing that. Our milestone is past 11,000 signatures. Our goal is 100,000 signatures. So we've already completed the first 2 of 6 steps. We're working actively on 3 and 4. So if you want to become part of holding Black Lives Matter accountable for their more than $100 million theft and misuse of donated funds, please go ahead and click the link to sign the petition, share it, and contribute to it as well. I want to thank my support team, last but certainly not least, for all of their support, everything that they do, because literally we could not give you content every day without them. Like, I mean that in a very literal sense. So I thank them humbly from the bottom of my heart. It can't do it without them. Really can't. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.